Hey guys, this is Dimitri from Spare Motor. We're going to do something very special today. We have a Polini 202 on one of our Excel frames. And the way we got this Polini 202 is Chris Airfoil passed this engine to us through somebody else, and it arrived at the fly-in. And it came with the instructions of do some magic with this, put it on a frame, and then send it back to me with the frame. So that's what we're doing. All right, now we did not just install a Polini 202 on a frame. Our frames have a reclined geometry, which gives us a huge advantage with Polini engines because the bottom of Polini engines is wider. So when I saw the engine and I looked at it for a while, I realized we can tuck it way deep into the frame. We designed a whole new system at the top for mounting the engine and new brackets down below where we can remove the lower spacers and the engine moves way into the frame. So here's a view from the top. You can see we have completely different brackets. We move the shock mounts up so it can mount to the top of the frame. And if you look through the frame, you can actually see the starter here, and it is further forward than the top of the frame. And so that's going to make the weight nice and light. The propeller is in a perfect position without any spacers or anything else. It's not sticking too far back where the lines are going to get caught in it. So it's in a perfect position. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some test flying, make sure torque compensation works, and just see how the engine feels, and go from there. I hated it. No, just kidding. Are you recording? All right, so we did our test flights. So far, everything's looking really, really good. The torque compensation is working. The engine ran pretty flawlessly so far. I'm at sea level, so no tuning is required. I will double check the plug and everything else to make sure everything's running well. But first of all, this is not an engine for non-mechanics. This is a really touchy engine that requires great skill tuning. You have to be really, really careful to tune it for your altitude and make sure that everything's running well. Otherwise, you will put a hole in your piston. There's no question about that. The engine mounting works great. The torque compensation works well. There's a little bit of torque at full throttle, which is to be expected. It's a really powerful engine. There's a little bit of torque while the prop is spooling up. This is a 3-blade prop. That's also to be expected. I would say that this torques about as much as Moster does without active torque compensation. So we have a huge advantage with the torque compensation fins, where they take over past cruise throttle and they add more and more torque compensation. And I could fly straight by just putting weight on one leg. So recently we did some testing on a Sky 150 engine, which is about the same power levels. However, the Sky 150 has a lot more torque, and I could not tune it out in a way where it was comfortable and fun to fly like this Polini, which is great. I love the Sky 150. I love the Polini. They're both very similar, but the Sky 150 had too much torque. Now, I'm not going to talk too much right now about the engine itself and how it performs. We'll do another video talking about the engine and going into how it works and how it flies and stuff like that. For today, the most important thing was that the mounting works, the frame works, the torque compensation works, and that it flies as expected, and that was certainly the case. So I'm happy with that. We're going to call it a day and go get some food. Thanks for watching.